Okay.
Well, still my other intro didn't play, but at least the TP Poker one will be there for when we go live. That's all that matters.
I can see it with my mind, and it was breathtaking.
It was glorious, Harmack. It was absolutely. It was a glorious intro that took me a long time to work on, and I don't have it to where like I'd have to disconnect things because when I change the source scene, it'll automatically start playing it. So I'll save that for next week. That's fine. All that matters is that TP Poker, when he does his Joke of the Week segment coming up here later on, that he has his segment. Anyway, sorry about the befuddled intro, everyone. Hello and welcome. Phantom Cloud, already in here at the start of things. How you doing? We're getting started. We're getting things going. Good to see you. Harmack, how the hell are you?
Doing good, except you broke the intro.
We got, we have Bitchard, Rick 2276.
Oh, wow, he crawled out of his cave. Wow.
Yeah. Well, I made him follow the channel last weekend.
Oh, did you?
Yeah, he wasn't aware that we were going live. Oh, we're getting double chat, too. Double freaking chat. I know I fixed this last night. It's like a lot of things that I fixed didn't stick.
I was about to say, I don't see it over here.
I see it on the stream right now.
Oh,
it's double chat. Yeah. There, now it's gone. It'll be gone now.
Oh.
I had to make a whole separate chat window just to fit in our layout here, but that's fine. It's all good.
It's a work in progress, man.
It's a work in progress. This show is off the cuff anyway. We do whatever the hell we want, so.
That is very true.
That's just how it goes. We kind of started this a little bit last week. Just coming on and talking about whatever. We normally do another podcast called The Escape Show, which has been on traditionally for the past 10 years.
Yep.
And we just, I don't know, COVID kind of hit, and things have changed. Like, I don't have a studio anymore for people to come by and do the show. So we've been doing these remote things now, but now it's getting to the point where it's hard to get people even in for these events now. People got camping trips in the summer and kids and other things going on, and so it's very hard to to even get quiet spaces to do this, which is very rough. I mean, it's rough, so not everyone can make it. And then I got accused last week of saying that the show was done. I never said that. You just put it there. It's just I don't know where the status of it is right now, but we're doing this right now.
Yeah.
I can only live in the present, damn it,
God damn it. You can't live in the past.
I can only live in the present. And
well, you can play games from the past, but you're playing them in the present.
That's true. You could watch shows from the past.
But you're still watching them in the present.
But you're still watching them in the present, exactly.
Right, but you're not reliving the past like, it's not like, okay, I'm going to watch some He-Man. I've got my plastic lunchbox, my plastic thermos, my PB&J. I
mean, you could. You could go dig all that out if you want to.
Sorry, they don't make underoos in my size.
Well, so, yeah, God. You may be able to find a He-Man tent, but, Sorry, fat jokes.
Nothing new. Nothing new.
Nothing new here, guys. Nothing new. What's up, Phil? How you doing, man? Welcome to the stream. Yeah, but I got yelled at and accused for that last week, and it's like I never said. I came on here last week and I said we normally do another show, but we can't do it right now. I don't know when it's going to come back, or even if it could come back. I don't know. Maybe Sam from Oliver Bean's prediction will come true, and there'll never be a 500th episode. I don't know.
Look, it could happen. Look, with you having no studio, I'm just trying to think of it logically. You having no studio, the only way we could actually probably do this is this way.
COVID changed everything. It really did.
It really, yeah.
COVID changed everything. Look, the whole thing was, I've been, to be truthful here, I've been collecting video games for a long time. That's just been a long time passion of mine. I've saved all my old systems, all of my old consoles. A lot of them have been in storage, but I've saved a lot of my stuff. And for the longest time, because of the show, I had one room in my basement, which was supposed to be my game room, so to speak, which was used for a studio. Either that or when people came over and drank themselves to oblivion, they'd have another place to sleep, was on the studio couch.
True.
So it was always either used for the show, or it was always used for like an extra bed or something, for people could sleep.
Got a quote from Bitchard here. It says, apparently for Underoos He-Man diapers they do. I don't know if he's speaking from experience.
Did he jump to your channel? Is that what he did?
Yeah, he's over here right now.
Yeah, we are. By the way, we are simulcast here on Slash Streams and on Harmack 1. However, your chats will only go out on stream if you are in the Slash Streams.
Yeah,
chat, unfortunately. But you can watch in whatever spot you want to.
Yeah, really.
It doesn't matter.
I'll just read whatever you're...
Harmack will read your stuff, but if you want to, if you want your voice to be heard, or if you want to participate in our polls or anything else like that. By the way, we got a kick-ass polling system put into place right going forward. Wait till you see this when we do our poll.
Richard's knocking your couch. He said it was a very uncomfortable couch.
Well, you know what? A bunch of fat asses fell into it when they were drunk and slept on it wrong. That's why it was uncomfortable.
Rick, you bitch.
He's probably one of them.
He's definitely one of them. There's no doubt there.
Yeah, but I look, here's realistically what happened is I had a something that came up. I had an opportunity given to me where I could inherit these video store shelves. A local video store was closed. I don't know if I remember if I told this last week on the stream or not. A local video store was selling all of their shelving units in the store for like $9. So
yeah,
I grabbed.
I think you told me. I don't know if you told everyone.
I think I told you. I don't think I said anything on the air about this, but they were selling these shelving units like pieces of history in a video store. But like, what's a video store anymore, right? Like a lot of people are like, what are these video stores? What's a Blockbuster? We had a video store here, one of the last ones in the area. I think it is maybe the last one in this area. Was closing down, and so I was told that I could have 3 of these shelving units for like $9. So I'm like, perfect. So I had to make 3 trips with a truck to get them back here. I didn't realize how big they were until I put them in the old studio. And my wife joined us. And who joined us?
Protonic Flux.
P Flux. What's going on?
And Rick says he's never slept on that couch because he always sleeps on the floor. That's a lie.
That's a lie. That's a total lie.
That's a bold-faced lie.
That's a total lie. We got Evil 1976 over here on the Slash Streams side.
What's up, Evil?
Hey up. Good morning. Good morning, Evil. Thanks for joining us. You broke Al's couch. Oh yeah, you wouldn't believe what people have done to that couch. I can't even say unspeakable things, Phil.
It had demons.
Everybody that's come here to hang out at the studio has always had like a run-in with that couch in some way, shape, or form. I had to have it professionally cleaned one time because somebody peed on it while they were drunk.
Bitchard.
Wasn't Bitchard.
I know, but I'm going to just say it's him.
That cost me like $100 to have that thing
Would you
professionally
like have somebody like come over and steam clean it?
Yeah, I didn't. Who wants to sleep on a couch that somebody got drunk and pissed themselves on? Like, who would want to do that?
Somebody that can't control their bladder.
Yeah.
Should have worn some Depends.
No, it was not Harmack or Skates. Neither one of them.
No.
Someone that apparently couldn't control their bladder, and they haven't been back since. But
apparently can't live down the embarrassment.
Apparently not.
Or
can they? So I got these shelves down here, and I put them up, and I realized it took an entire wall of that room to have these things up. And I'm like, Michelle's like, you can't have that couch in here anymore. She's like, that thing has to go. And I'm like, I don't know, because again, we're right in the middle of COVID-19 here, so I'm like, I don't know what's gonna happen with the show. She's like, what do you want? And I said, well, I don't really want to end the show. I said, because people like and enjoy the show. I said, but maybe we have to find an alternative way to do things, which we have been anyway. But I don't think that alternative way is working out for everybody, if you know what I mean, right? Like, if I can just be candid here for a second.
True.
Like maybe I'm dropping some hot news here or something. I don't know. But maybe this new way of doing things isn't exactly working out for everybody.
Oh, a couple of things here. Hang on a second. I don't mean to interrupt you, but in my chat right now, I've got Flux sitting there saying it still has to be Skates. She just thinks you're protecting him.
Not protecting Skates. I would throw him under the bus in a heartbeat. Don't you worry about that.
Rick is saying I peed on the couch. I know damn well I couldn't sleep on that couch. There's no damn way.
This was years ago, by the way, that this happened.
Yeah,
that couch has been around for about 12 years now.
And Rick is adamant that he has never slept on that couch. And I call bullshit because we've heard you snoring from that room.
Everyone has slept on that couch. Everyone has slept on that couch. I have slept on that couch.
And had like the worst back pain after it. But hell, you know, sometimes you got to do what you got to do.
The reason for the back pain is because fat asses that slept on that couch broke the wood supports that are underneath of the thing that support the cushions. So what you're probably feeling is a piece of wood going up your fucking back. That's what you're feeling.
He's saying, or it was Rick is still saying, or it was Al that pissed on it. He doesn't remember.
Why would I piss on my own couch?
I got Protonic Flux saying, was it possibly a person that is a champion of paddling?
No, but close.
That was.
You're on the right track.
Before this one, I think.
You're on the right.
Before this.
No, you're on the right track though. It was a certain person that professed their love to a certain paddle champ on the show.
All right. For anybody who's watched the show, you definitely know if you can't get that one, dude, we can't get any more blatant than that without saying the name.
I can't cross the streams here, so to speak, if you will. I can't cross the shows. This is a different show. I have to treat it that way.
Yes.
If you've been listening to the Escape show that we have been doing for the past 10 years, that should give you a clue of who did it. They've been on the show. They've been on before. But my wife, she's like, what do you want? She's like, you can either have the show in here with this beat up old couch that drunk people crash on when they come here and drink. Well, to be truthful, nobody's really done that lately. Like we're talking years now. But
the last time I was there, Jackie slept back because she was sick.
Yeah, people just sleep there now when they're tired. Like there's nothing like that. And I'll get to the chat here in just a second. I know we're already going to get behind. It's going to be the way it is.
I've already got Richard sitting there going, I tried sleeping on that couch, but I didn't like it, so I slept on the floor.
That's bullshit. That's such a lie.
He said it was now everyone's saying it was Del Griffith.
It was not Del Griffith. It was not Del Griffith.
No, he usually sleeps with Al has this like one part of his couch that doesn't fit. It's a sectional, and there's one part that doesn't fit. So he's kind of got it off to the side. It's like its own separate chair. And Del always falls asleep there.
Yeah, he falls asleep on that. It's over here. It's this chair right here.
Is beyond me because I swear if I fell asleep in that chair, I would fall left or right, easy.
And I found it in my older years, like I've been like a sound. I don't move when I sleep anymore.
I don't much anymore either, but I just have a feeling, just knowing my luck with no sides, I'm going down.
Right. So anyway, I'll just close out the story here real quick. She just said, "What do you want?" And I said, "I kind of want my gaming room. I think it's time."
You've only wanted it for freaking 10, at least since I met you.
I've been collecting things and putting things away in storage for 10 years now, and it's like, I put the shelves up. I put the shelves up, and I'm like, this looks really good. And I haven't begun to scratch the surface of my collection in there either. So, the couch is going away.
It's got to go. It's got to go.
It's gone.
What are you gonna do?
Desk in there, gone. I moved one of the desks is where I do my live stream out here during the week now.
Yeah,
it's out here.
Look, I mean, hell, times have changed. Hell, I even bought a new mic. I bought a freaking mic stand. I mean, I haven't done that. I would have never done that unless this COVID shit started. There'd have been no reason, Right. But now, it's just, look, things change. I mean, I'd still be up for doing the escape, but I'm without a studio. We're gonna have to do it this way. I mean, that's the only logical way that I can think of, but I don't know. I mean, that's going to be your call because They all end up over at your place. They can't. They're not going to drive 300 some miles to over here.
I think, to be truthful, I think the escape is very stressful on, and I'm not just saying for myself. It is kind of stressful on myself too. There's a lot of production involved. That's why a certain producer backed away. There's a lot of production involved, and I just don't think that people have the time for it anymore. To be blatantly honest with you, that's how I feel about it. Is that people don't have the time to put the energy into it anymore. So if people don't have time or the energy to put into it anymore, and whether or not they admit it, I don't know. They may never admit it, that they don't have the time or energy. That's how I feel about them. Nothing else personal against anyone else that was involved. It's not a personal attack. It's not a personal feeling.
Oh.
You know, no one's at odds with each other on the show, as far as I know.
No.
But, I mean, it's a reality that we're in right now. Things are changing, and what if I ever had to move? Like, what if it ever came up where I had to move? Like, am I going to say, can't take this new house because I have to have a studio? It just, you know, it's just stupid. It's stupid in the long run, you know. And because there's so much equipment involved with that show, it's a mess. Yeah, always have to have a soundboard out, XLR mics, everything. A camera was out in there now, you know.
Yeah.
It's just times have changed, and like, you know, this is easy to do. I don't expect to imitate the escape with this in any single way. This is more of an honest show than we probably ever done.
Oh yeah. I mean, it's still going to be funny because I'm sure.
Yeah, absolutely, absolutely. We're still going to chat. We're still going to talk it up. There's still going to be some good times in here, some classic segments to be had, of course. But you can't live off the past. You know what I mean? As much as you want to live with your little He-Man lunchbox over there, Harmack. I hate that you have to read your chat because I always see your bald head as I'm trying to talk.
I know.
To you.
Sorry. I know. I'm listening to you. I'm just my eyes. I can't read the chat unless I do that. So
let's go to the. Speaking of which, let's go to the chat here real quick because
I'll read from mine real quick just so I can get the phone away from my face. It says, Flux wants you to take a picture of the couch and frame it, and then hang it on the wall.
All right, I can do that. It's not gone yet, but it's on. I have to wait for bulk day.
It's according to Rick, you need a bigger house with all that stuff that you have.
I know. It's probably gonna get filled up in there. It's probably gonna get filled up.
I'm being told because I didn't get a mic or mic stand until now is just because I'm cheap, according to Rick. Then it says, we got Protonic Flux says, for the escape, then make the show bi-weekly from now. Nothing has to be permanent. Got a new person in the chat, the Shadowcaster. Hey, chat.
Shadowcaster.
What's up, Shadowcaster?
What's going on? Thanks for tuning in and watching.
According to Rick, you're making a personal attack.
Rick thinks everything is a personal attack.
Well, yeah.
Everything's a personal attack. To Rick 2276. I'm gonna read the chat on my side. By the way, just to reiterate, we are simulcasting here on Slash Streams and on Harmack 1. You can be in either chat. We'll read. It doesn't matter. But if you want your chats to be put up on the screen, if you want to participate in any polls that we have, anything like that, you have to be on the Slash Streams side, which is over here on Slash Streams Live. But either way, if you donate any bits to either side, we are splitting them 50-50 with Harmack and myself. We did that last week. Harmack got his stove finally. We'll talk about that in a little bit.
Real quick, I'm sorry, I don't mean to interrupt you. Shadowcaster, it's actually Psycho Chips. Sorry. He changed the name of his channel, I guess, so now he's Shadowcaster.
Oh, I remember Psycho Chip. Yeah, okay.
Yeah, so he's just saying he's been around. He's just been lurking.
Yeah, I remember him. Yeah, absolutely.
Right,
well, welcome back.
What's up, Shadowcaster? Previously known.
Can we call you Psycho Chips though? Because I think that's a sweet name.
Like the artist previously known as Psycho Chips.
The artist previously known as the lurker previously known as Psycho Chips. There you go. The lurker.
Every time he comes to the room, we'll play like the Psycho theme.
Yeah, you know what? I can make that happen for next week. I can make that happen. As long as he talks in the chat at one point, I can make that happen. You just have to say
He goes,
something.
he goes, that works. I've been being called psycho all day. Whatever works for you guys.
Excellent. That's good. I like
We
that.
have permission. We have permission.
Just to catch things up here on the Slash Stream side. Got Evil 1976. Well, first of all, he accused you and Skates of breaking the couch. Reminds me of that song from Larry the Cable Guy. I peed my pants. The toilet was too far. Del Griffith is over here. John, damn it! Now you're advertising Amazon Prime. I don't make the ads.
And what is that confusion? I'm getting yelled at that too. Like, why are you, having these ads go off? Why'd you pick these ads? I'm like, I don't pick the ads, man. That's all on Twitch's end, man. I'm just streaming. They do that crap. That ain't on me.
I don't pick the ads, guys. I don't.
If I pick the ads, they'd be awesome ads. They wouldn't be these boring ones. Hell, I've gone on to Alice sometimes and have to listen to a commercial in Spanish. So,
No, that's because you have your damn channel in Spanish. We've been through this.
My channel in Spanish.
We've been through this, Harmack.
Hola, ¿cómo está, mi loco, Manuel? No.
Del Griffith is and you know it's funny, if you think we were picking all these ads, I would pick something where I don't make 3 cents per stream off ads, because that's literally, if you're on Twitch and you're an affiliate, that's all you're making off ads is 3 cents per night. We don't make dick off the ads, so it's not like we're picking like, how can we make someone pay the best top price to see these streams? Let's make them watch Amazon Prime ads.
We make bank with bits.
Yes.
The ads, the 99% of the revenue goes to Twitch, not us.
Yep. Yeah, bits are where it's at. Unless you want to watch an ad like 25 times in a row, we might make like 50 cents.
Yeah. I mean, if you've got the time, we
got the time. Hit refresh a bunch of times. Clear your cache even.
Your patience is well appreciated.
We've got 5 bits coming in from UNC Phil. Thank you,
Phil. Nice, good job, UNC Phil.
Phil's up on the leaderboard at the very top of the stream now. You can see Phil with 5. He's knocked Del Griffith off the leaderboard. Well, it's not really a leaderboard for amount. It's just the last person who donated the bits. I could put up like an actual leaderboard of who's done the most, but I think Retro Kaiser would probably be at the top of that for a while.
According to Flux, if I picked the ads, they'd be all about bacon. You're right.
Probably. We got Phil in here saying that I've done plenty on that couch. My DNA is on that couch. I had no control over that when that happened. I had no control.
Phil's.
Yep.
Yes to both.
Del Griffith asked if I need a boxed N64. Yes, I will gladly take that boxed N64 off your hands if you want to give me that box. Del Griffith, we got to talk about Del Griffith's party last weekend.
Real quick, sorry, I know it didn't show up on your end. We just got 100 bits from Shadowcaster.
Shadowcaster with the bits.
You are the best.
Thank you, Shadowcaster, or the lurker formerly known as Psycho Chips.
Right. Yes, that guy.
Yes, that guy.
The guy in the shadows.
Like I said, either way, either channel you do this on, it helps us both. So that's great. So yeah, thank you. Definitely good shout out there, Harmack. UNC Phil says He-Man is coming back. Scales is in the chat. How you doing, Scales? Saw him playing some Tomb Raider earlier tonight. He did finish. What was he playing? Doom. He's actually. Yeah, he made our highlight stream tonight. You'll see that here in a little bit. You'll see that here. We got a bunch of highs coming in from Evil and UNC Phil. It's the high train from Scales 175. We got another one here from Del Griffith just came in. UNC Phil says, "Drink it up, bitch." Well, you know what that means, guys. We didn't install the damn beer break yet. That I wanted to get done.
The way the stream started, it probably would only half work. So, I mean, you'd have that going. It would probably show a picture of the beer. Oh, we got some bits coming in.
We got the Shadowcaster, the lurker formerly known as Psycho Chips.
Damn, Shadowcaster.
Just dropped 100 bits.
Yeah.
To the
That's
show.
That's total for him tonight.
Man,
God, oh man, I wish there was a way you could change the leaderboard to 200 for him, because that.
Yeah, that updates in real time. It only goes by what's on this channel. There's no easy way for me to do that.
If there was a way we could actually make both chats work together, this would be awesome. But unfortunately, they don't. So.
Thank you. Keep up the great work, fellas.
I'll back you up, buddy. You did 200. That 100 is a false lie. It's fake news.
It's fake news. That 100 is fake. Fake freaking news. John, damn it.
Exactly.
Yeah, so Phil wants to know what we're drinking, or tells us to drink up. I think it's time, Harmack, that we bust out some drinks here.
Well, I got my juice next to me because I
Juice?
just put beer in the. I went and got beer.
Juice?
I went and got beer earlier today. It's still warm. It hasn't cooled up.
Juice?
Shut up. I was sidetracked. I was getting a stove put in. So.
Yeah, Harmack got his stove because you guys generously donated your bits last week.
You guys are awesome.
Because you guys generously donated your bits, I was able to give Harmack a 3% off coupon for the local Best Buy. Where did you buy your stove from?
Oh, Best Buy.
You got it from Best Buy, really?
Yeah.
Nice.
They had I got it with 18 months same as cash, man. Frick yeah, I went for that.
By the way, I have
some of my juice to contribute to this. Sorry, guys.
It's very funny that you brought up that damn Best Buy card, because remember we talked about that last week about the same as cash thing coming up.
Yeah. Yep.
I had it on my mind to take a look at that this week for that Christmas gift, and guess what ended on Monday?
Oh no.
I got hit with like $75 in interest charges because we didn't pay it. Because we didn't pay off the thing in time. We had like $75 left or something. I'm like, I knew I should have checked it.
I bet you looked at your wife and went, I told you we wouldn't.
I was like, I told you I'm going to have to pay for this Christmas gift. I was like, I told you. I told you in some way I'm going to have to pay for this gift. Well, the thing is, too, is like I've been making I'm not missed any payments or anything like that, but like I've had to make lower ones because my check got my check got slashed for COVID. We got docked like 15% of our paychecks, at least until the end of the year because of that. So I'm trying to cut back costs a bit. But I was like, you know what? I was like, we just talked about this on our stream last week about the stupid thing I was like, I knew it's coming up in June, and it's sure as shit if it wasn't that Monday. But yeah, normally like the last time I bought something, I paid it off like in 3 months. Like I was good. I bought like a Surface tablet or something, paid it off in like 3 months. But this just too much shit going on. And I didn't. It was nice of her to buy me the stereo system, and the surround speakers and everything. Like I use it every freaking day back there. But
oh yeah.
But still.
Well. So it was the gift that keeps on giving.
It's the gift that Al had to pay for. An extra $75 in interest charges. Boy, was I mad about that.
Ladies and gentlemen, not only is this show foreshadowing, it is also making you pay for your own Christmas gifts. Thank you for tuning in.
Yeah. TP Poker has joined.
TP Poker.
Harmack needs to hit the vape.
You know what? Since I don't have beer, I'll hit the vape for that.
Oh boy, we're gonna get a cloud screen here. You guys ready for this? Get ready. Oh man.
Yes.
Holy vape.
There you go.
Just make the vape lord up there piss his pants.
Well, trust me. If I were someone in the shit he was, I wouldn't be vaping like that. That would probably kill me.
I talked to him about everything with the streams last week.
Antlers or something. I don't know.
I talked to him about everything with the streams last week, about the everything going down, like how that was said to me about how the show's over, blah blah. He just shook his head and hit the vape pen.
That's great.
He's like, let me know if you need a mod or anything. I'm like, okay.
I'll get right on that.
Like, no problem. No problem.
It'll be me and you, mostly me.
You can be a mod, no problem. TP Poker says, good evening, friends. Harmack, how is your flesh nunchuck?
Oh, my flesh nunchuck. Not even Chuck Norris could flesh my Chuck nut. Did I
By the
even
way,
say that right? I don't think I
no,
said that
I don't
right.
think you said that right at all.
Really think I screwed that up. So,
I think you done
hey.
fucked that up, honestly.
See, even when we're trying to be serious, I'm still going to make people laugh just because I'm stupid.
That you are, Harmack.
Yes.
That you are.
No, please, everybody, stop arguing in the chat room. No. Oh, no, they're
Del
not saying
Griffith
a
says
thing.
I used the same as cash thing at Best Buy. Yeah, I've used it. I've used it several times. Like I
So
said,
have I.
normally I pay everything off and it's fine, but I don't know. Time slipped away and then COVID hit and like I ended up buying like a freezer to store all this meat in and stuff because I'm under the assumption that I'm not going to be able to go to a grocery store for 3 months. So I bought like $300 of food to put in this $400 freezer or whatever. And so that's where all my money went in March. Freaking food.
Yeah. Well, I mean, I've used it a couple of times. I used it well for the stove here, and I had to use it for a new washer. So yeah, it comes in handy as long as you pay it off before it ends. I mean, but
That's the key. You have to pay it off before it ends. Yes.
Yep.
And you know what's funny? Like when we first bought it, like my wife is like, "Should we do 12 months?" And I'm like, nah, "We can get this in 6." I'm a fucking idiot. Like we can do this in 6. It's only a $700 item. No problem.
Well, like for example, the stove after everything was done in the wonderful Illinois taxes and everything, it was like $960 for the thing that included install, and I even got their 5-year plan. So if anything screws up, they fix it, and I don't have to worry about it.
Yeah, that's the key.
That's the thing that I love
that's the
about
key.
Best Buy is they actually honor that shit. So I mean, I'm cool with that. So that was like so the stove itself was like only 600 and some bucks, but you tack on tax, you tack on the other shit, and it was 18 months. I mean, 18 months. Oh my God, you can pay less than $100 a month, but I'll probably just do like maybe 150 a month and get it paid down in like 6 months. Just for the hell of it. Just I mean, God.
You should get some nice Best Buy reward points too.
Yeah, I don't know. I've got to look, but I think I've got a bunch of them that I've never used.
They expire, so you got to get rid of them. I used some of them tonight. I bought like all these PS4 games are $9.99 up at Best Buy, so every one I didn't own, or I wanted the Horizon Zero Dawn DLC. I looked on the PlayStation Store, it's $9.99, or I can buy the complete edition with the main game on disc for the same price. I'm like, that's fucking stupid. Why wouldn't I just do that?
Yeah, well, I mean, what are you going to do? Yeah, I mean, physical discs are your thing, man.
Yep, that's why I have a collection to put out in my other room.
Yeah.
That I killed the show with. Ooh.
Damn you, Al!
I can't wait for that eventual text from Sam from Oliver Bean. You killed the show.
And just remember, Al, how dare you do something for yourself?
How dare I take a room back in my house?
Being all what is this with you being all independent?
I can't wait till someone comes over and tries to pass out. Oh, I would have a couch back here, but somebody threw it out. Now I'm gonna have to piss on your floor. Let's see. Gotta catch up the chat here again.
All right.
Phil says I have not bought or visited a Best Buy in years.
Well, you're an idiot.
Eric made a tinkle. He doesn't leave the house, dude. Him and Eric are like professional butt molders. Like they sit in a chair at home and that's all they do. They don't leave.
Butt molders?
Butt molders. They mold their butts into the seats of their chairs.
They start growing roots.
Yeah, like Eric's ass probably up there is like molded into the seat of his chair, to where he's got like probably perfect butt cheek. He's
got a perfect butt print.
Perfect butt prints. Yeah.
His chair.
Butt
print doesn't feel right.
TP Poker is very excited about his segment this evening. We did hype that up. We've got
Yes, we did.
The TP Poker presents the Nia Jax joke of the night.
Yeah, we were trying to open the stream with this nice, cool beginning, and we got to see that.
Yeah, because I fucked it up and picked the wrong one.
And then when he tried to play the right one, it didn't work either.
Yep.
So
And I had to redo the whole damn show.
So everyone watch the replay. The beginning will look awesome.
Del Griffith says I use my Circuit City card. Circuit City's been gone for like 8 years now, dude.
See, it would have been funnier
Circuit
if
City.
you'd done something more modern like H.H. Gregg or something.
Oh, you know what? The last thing I bought from an H.H. Gregg was my last tube TV, which is upstairs in my crawl space. I still have it.
You still why?
I don't know. Like I have two tube TVs. The one is a CRT. It's a flat one, and I use that for retro consoles because it has the best latency.
Oh, that's that gray one you have.
Yeah, like it's a well respected TV for older consoles, so I kept it. I'm like, because
CRTs are best for the older shit. I will admit.
Do you know how much you can get for a CRT these days? If you sell, like, if you have the right one, like those Sony Trinitrons, those 1,000-pound TVs.
Yeah.
You can sell them for like $1,000, and some.
Oh yeah. Because they don't make them anymore.
Yeah, some collector will pay thousands for these Sony Trinitrons because they're the best lag, best latency on these older systems.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Tube TVs haven't been made in 50 years. Whatever you call them. The glass, they're tube TVs. That's what they call them.
Yeah, they are.
I buy.
It's CRT. It actually stands for cathode ray tube.
Thank you, Harmack, for that. Thank you, Harmack, for that. That excellent input there.
According to Chips here, those TVs with the big booty, yes, those TVs.
Yes.
The ones that if you look at if those tube TVs ever got as big as the screens that we have nowadays, you would need a forklift to get them into your house. Yes. I mean, I threw out, because it finally broke, a 35-inch Toshiba one, and the tube burnt out in it. So you just heard sound, no picture.
Mm-hmm.
It takes two people to get out. That thing weighed close to 300 pounds.
My parents had a Trinitron before they got their flat TV, and my brother, myself, and my brother-in-law had to carry that thing out. That had to be several hundred pounds.
Oh my God! Do you remember the ones that I remember? Ones my grandparents had that was like encased in a box, like a wood furniture. It looked like.
And Del Griffith is right. By the way, I mean CRT, not a tube TV. They are different, but.
Well, yeah, the tube TVs were the ones where you turned them on and you had to wait like 30, 40 seconds for any sound or picture. Yeah.
I have TP Poker asking already what time his segment is, so I guess we're gonna have to probably.
All right. So what's
move things along here.
Let's move along. What's coming up next?
So we got, first of all, we're gonna recap our week on the streams, and this week I actually have links for videos, and I hope that it works, because I have not tested this with our setup here. So bear in mind here, Harmack's face is gonna go bye-bye for a minute.
Okay, bye-bye.
There he is. He's bye-bye now. I'm gonna switch to not that. Not that. Hang on. There. I'm gonna switch to that. There we go. Sorry. I fucked that all up. I nearly gave away the bank there. Alright, so here is the Harmack.
Oh man.
Harmack stream of the week, where he was trying to ride his bike in Days Gone. Where's the fucking play button? You know what I have to do here? This TV is always weird. Like, I have to hit game mode, and then it resizes the... Yeah, there we go. Now we're fine. Okay, now I can see it. All right, here's Harmack's clip of the week here that we've picked out. Riding along on his bike here. He's in an epic chase. Dodges a truck. I assume he's chasing that guy with the arrow there, and hits a car. Or truck. Trailer.
Come on, heal, you son of a bitch.
Blames the game.
You know, this game is very tough. When you try to shoot, you have to hold down the R button to target. Yet, you have to use the... I don't understand how you do it, but we'll figure it out, I guess.
Please chase after him in your truck.
Yeah, I would like to do that.
There you go.
Better than that.
There's a Harmack clip. Now I'm trying to close
Yeah.
it here.
The one thing that I did figure out is usually at any game like that, when you go to target somebody, you have to actually hold the button down to keep the target on them. Because if you let go of the button, you lose the target.
Mm-hmm.
Well, I come to find out, actually, in this one, as soon as you target them, you just hit the L1 button to target, and it'll hold it on there even when you let go of it. I didn't know that because I was trying to. In order to shoot, you have to hit. Was it R2 or R1? But you're also having to brake and gas with L2 and R2. So it's like you're literally can't do it. At least my fingers can't. So I'm like, how the hell? And then I figured it out. I'm like, oh, okay. That made it much easier. If you saw the chase I did last night, which ended up going way late.
Yeah, see, you started doing your goodbyes around like 12 o'clock. So I was
did.
watching, and I turned it off because I'm like, I'm not gonna harass him tonight with the whole like no stop, you know.
Right.
Oh, we have Phil with 5 more bits.
Wow. Jesus, thank you.
He's now up on the recent leaderboard at the top now. He's completely taken out the lurker formerly known as Psycho Bits or Psycho Chips. Sorry, Psycho Bits.
Well, I had originally planned, I thought once that mission was done, because it seemed like we were coming to the end of the mission. Okay, we got it, we're done. So I was saying my goodbyes, while, saying I'm getting ready to go, man. I hope you guys have a great weekend, all this thing. And all of a sudden that dude that I was with, that dude that I hate, turncoats on me and knocks me out. Now the mission is still going. I can't save.
That bastard.
So, okay. So I'm still going. Now I've got Dell with me, and, and he's like, where's the save point? I'm like, I'm trying to get to it. So finally it goes through a bunch of cutscenes.
Oh, wait a minute. Del Griffith just chimed. Del Griffith knocks Phil off the board.
Oh, down you go, sir.
With 100 pride points. But for whatever reason, the
Why aren't the
leaderboard
pride
did not update. I don't know. The leaderboard did not update with Del Griffith.
Pride points. It doesn't like pride.
What's going on here? It's Pride Month. Damn Streamlabs, you got to acknowledge this.
Really, man. You end up getting caught by the Rippers. You're stuck in the place. Now you got to get out, and you got to get out without them seeing you. Then you got to go grab your equipment, and then you have to. Once you get your equipment, you have to go rescue the girl that you saved before, who has become a Ripper, but you convince her to at least leave them. So then you have to go to your bike, which, if you ever look at the map, most of the places, that you can go to on your bike are usually anywhere between, most commonly about 700 and some kilometers away. I had to, where my bike was to where I was at, which I had to get to, because you can't save unless you're right by your bike or by a bed, one of the two. My bike on foot was like 500 and some kilometers away. So I had to run through the territories, dodging things because I had no weapons or anything. I died a couple of times on the way through. And finally I get to my bike. Then all of a sudden I'm like, okay, this will be it. It's almost the end of it. I get on my bike. All of a sudden I'm doing a shootout. I'm like, oh my God. Okay. So I get to the shootout. So then I'm like, okay, this has got to be it.
Does your story last as long as how longer you were on the stream last night?
I mean, seriously, it feels like it. So then I get to the camp. The camp's on fire. I'm like, oh my God, don't tell me to play again. Luckily, that was when the story had ended and a new one started, so I was able to save. But by that point, it was 12:40 Eastern when I was done. I was beat, man.
So the play till 12:30 comments actually, you've honored that like 3 times this week, by the way.
Yeah, I did. I was trying to be cool, but this time it screwed me.
Yeah, the play till 12:30 comments actually worked. So
it was bad. I mean, even Dell will definitely attribute to it, because we were both like, what the hell, man? Like, this is a long mission.
I have been playing Infamous 2 over on my stream all week. I've been going through the evil mode, which has been interesting. What was that?
Kicking some ass too.
I'm trying. I did run into some problems with a trolley this week, and that made my clip of the week. It's me versus the trolley. Let me put this up here for just a minute. I'm going to come back here. We're going to change the view. and full screen this, and here is my clip of the week, me versus a trolley. So I had all these issues.
Rocket launcher guy on the second balcony.
Basically, the trolley was trying to pass through this building of these the bad guys or whatever you call them. And so like I was trying to maneuver the trolley to get past here. And so then I decided, okay, well I'm just going to take them out. And then the trolley ends up not moving, so I get failed for that. And so this is the solution right here.
Maybe I should just keep the trolley going. Maybe fuck these guys.
And what do you know?
That's all I had to do? Are you kidding me?
What do you fucking know?
All I had to do.
So, all that trouble.
Sometimes it is the dumbest things, man.
Yeah, all that trouble to get that damn trolley in there. Like, and I only got like twice where I had died there. Like, I probably died 4 times. Because you saw where, like, Del Griffith is like, oh, use the vortex. And I'm like, I don't have a vortex to use. Yeah. But all I had to do was stay on the damn trolley and just keep it powered up. And then it would run through the building where it was supposed to go. Never knew.
Yeah, I hate it when that happens. It's like sometimes you're like, oh, I got it totally figured out, and then it's like, oh, it's the game's fault. And then you realize, oh no, it wanted me to do this.
Yeah.
Oh.
And I'm like, the game doesn't tell you. It's like, okay, we'll just it's like get the trolley, keep the trolley moving. So I'm like, okay, well I can't keep it moving if there's a bunch of dudes up there trying to get in my shit, so I get off and I'm trying to kill them all. In fact, I killed them all except one guy with a rocket launcher, and then he shot me once and killed me. And so then I had to repeat it, and then I died again because they blew up the car, and then the trolley wasn't moving fast enough for the game, apparently. So yeah. Fuck that game.
A couple of people in the chat. We got Flux wanted to play it, but it's not on PC.
Infamous 2?
And then, yeah. And then, according to Chips here, he said he liked the first Infamous. Never completed the second. He goes, Second Son is still solid too, as far as he's concerned.
See, I've heard bad things about the Second Son. Del Griffith in particular said it was lame, or not lame, but it was underwhelming, is what he said.
Oh.
Now
I got it for free, so I'm just still streaming.
Yeah, I have it on PS Plus, so I may end up getting to it at some point. But I've been, like I've mentioned on my stream before, like I have been holding off on Infamous 2 since I bought it digitally on PS3 back in like 2010. And the reason for that was I got so burnt out with the first one trying to get the platinum, which I ended up doing, that I'm like, I'm not even going to try Infamous 2. I'm Infamous out right now. And so like when I was looking for a game to play, like I just brought it out in the chat, and Del Griffith's like, hey, play Infamous 2, get it off your bucket list. And I'm like, I'll play one playthrough, and here I am on my second one already.
Sucker.
So I think there's a platinum trophy in my future. But it's better. It's better than the first one. So if you haven't played Infamous 2, dig out your PS3 or get on PS Now or however you want to do it and play it. It's well worth it. It's definitely well worth it. I've been having a blast with it. I got one more clip here, Harmack, and I normally don't do this. But our buddy, Scales175, had a big accomplishment this week, and I wanted to share his accomplishment with everybody. He finally finished Doom Eternal with help of evil 1976's Game Genie. That's the joke that we say. So here we go. Let's try this here. And here's Scales.
Oh, man.
Get out of the way! Finally.
right, there you go. Congrats to Scales on finally beating Doom Eternal. I had to cut it to prevent any spoilers for people who haven't.
That's right. Apparently, you do get a trophy, but a PlayStation blocks it. You know.
Yeah, he did. He got one for completing the game, and it was blocked out. So, I thought we would give a special shout out to Scales175. I tuned in for that. He texted me when he got to the final boss, and he's like, "Hey, I'm at the final boss. Do you want to see this?" And I'm like, "Okay." So I hopped on and I took a clip for him, and I told him that I'd feature it on the state of the stream. So there you go. Congrats.
Oh yeah, man.
To Scales
like
175.
battle too.
Yeah, I think he was working on that for a couple days.
I'd like to say in my chat, we got the Rev. He showed up. What's
Rev
up, Rev?
is in your chat? Holy shit.
Rev.
The
Hi.
lurker formerly known as Psycho Chip says congrats to Scales 175. Scales is around here somewhere.
He's also saying, "Way to go, Scales 175."
Nice. Good job, Scales.
Well, yeah.
Good work.
Heck yeah, man.
All right, so we got to talk about this now, because we got a question last week on the show. A fan question came in that asked, "What do we expect from the PS5 when it is finally unveiled?"
Yeah.
And I made a comment. I said, "I'm betting you it's probably gonna get unveiled this upcoming week." And I said they'll probably reschedule it for like Thursday or something, because Thursday was exactly 7 days from the previous date that they had in mind.
Right. Yeah.
And on Monday, what happened?
They rescheduled it.
They rescheduled it for Thursday. So ding, ding, ding. I got that one right. So we gave a couple things that last week that we were expecting them to unveil at the show this week, which was yesterday. There was a ton of games that were unveiled. So I thought we would just kind of address the question that was asked to us, give our thoughts on the PS5.
Mm-hmm.
And if you have any thoughts of your own, please feel free to shout them out in the chat.
Definitely.
We will eventually get to it and read your thoughts as well. And if you have an idea for a poll, keep in mind we do have a brand new polling option that is available when it comes time for a poll. So I haven't seen the need to use a poll though yet. But if anybody out there can think of one, I'd be glad to do a poll. So, all right, Harmack. So where do we start with this here?
Well, I have to say, a lot of the games that they showed, with the exception of a couple, looked really good. I liked the. It kind of fooled me at first when they called it. Oh God, what was it? Oh shit. Like survival or something like that. It was RE8. But when they brought the name up at first, I'm like, oh, it's not. And then all of a sudden, oh, nice play on the word. And then it melded in. So the new RE8 game, that looked absolutely amazing to me.
Mm-hmm.
The one, I can't think of the name of the game.
Let me start with this though, real quick first. Like, what did you? Bless you. What did you think about the hardware reveal?
Me personally, I really like the look of it. I think it looks great, personally. It's definitely better than I thought it was going to be. Because at first, when it was doing that whole thing, this whole thing here, and it looked really boxy, I'm like, oh no, it's going to look, all this time we were making fun of the Xbox people, and it's going to look like a big box. But I was thinking maybe it would like have like X's and O's on it or something, you know, like the controller buttons. Like this, I was like, "Oh no, that's not it, is it? Oh, good, it's still moving." You know, it's like, but when it finally revealed itself, I really like the way it looks. I mean,
they did this. They did this whole thing all night where they had these moving parts, and it's in like if you're looking on screen right now, this is at the very end when they actually did the unveiling. Like you can actually see like they did this thing with these moving like balls or whatever, these little chips or something, and then.
I mean, I'll admit.
Then finally they pull back a curtain, and then you see that, you know, the close-up of the PS5.
Yeah.
Which we come to find out that there's two different versions.
Yes, there is.
Of the console. I think it's, if you're watching live here, yeah, here we go. Yeah. That's only the first one here, but that's the new look of the PS5 with the new controller.
And I can see why they did it that way, because they've got a definite bigger fan in there for the obvious hardware. So you're going to need bigger vents for it. And doing it that way, though, makes it look, I mean, compared to it looking like a box, which I was figuring it might look more boxy, doing it this way really kind of looks cool. It's 90s futuristic looking, but it's still cool looking as far as I'm concerned. To me, it looks kind of like retro 90s futuristic.
See, I think exactly the opposite. I think it's definitely futuristic looking.
Yeah.
But it's built that way because of the ventilation. They said in the architecture that they were focusing, that they were focused on the architecture. Wait, hang on. I lost Harmack here.
I got a lot of people saying they like it, but dark gray would look nice. I'm sure it'll probably come in different color. It probably, more than likely, just like they've always done, is white and black, I'd imagine. But I don't know.
Normally, I think ever since PS2, they've had just black consoles, right? Like the PS2 was a black box.
Well, they did sell white ones too. They've sold white ones of every model. They're just not as popular, I don't think.
You know what this reminds me of, to tell you the truth? This brings me back to the original fat PS3.
Yeah.
Like it's the bigger console, it's fatter, and it's got like that curvy look. You know what I mean? Like, that's what it reminds me of. It calls me back to the PS3. But they clearly did it to adjust to look at the ventilation issues.
Well, they've got a 12 millimeter fan in there, if not more. There's definitely a big fan in there, because they said that this one, number one, it won't overheat, and number two, it's not going to sound like, if anyone owns a PS4 or PS4 Pro, at certain times during the game, I don't care how clean your system is, that fan will roar up like it's a jet engine taking off. I mean, like last night when I was playing over here, I could literally hear my mic. Now, I have mine set up where background sounds don't show up on my stream, but my mic still picks it up and I can hear it in my headphones, and I could hear that thing over there roaring, and it's on the other side of the room.
Yeah.
And it was roaring. I was just like, son of a bitch. So they obviously, with the bigger vents that are on it, it's definitely got a 12 millimeter fan in it. It's got to. There's no other reason to have that big of a space for air intake.
Yeah, it sounds like the PS4. You'll be playing a game, and all of a sudden you'll hear this fan kick up, and it sounds like a jet's taking off or something.
Yeah,
and you're like, "Geez, what's going on with it?" It's kind of like the 360 was loud too back in the day, and so was the PS3. Really, the fat ones are also loud.
Oh yeah,
from what I remember.
Loud too, yeah.
The old school Xbox 360s were also loud, from what I can remember too. But yeah, they're trying to address that, and they gave it as much ventilation as possible. Now, of course, there's all these memes all over the internet, about how it looks like a modem, or they put a PS3 lined up in paper surrounding it, and they're like, oh, there's a PS5. I mean,
it looks like a book opening. Yeah,
it looks different, and I think it looks fine. Like, I think the all digital model looks better because it's a little thinner than the disc model.
They have to accommodate the drive. Yeah.
Yeah, but I think it looks fine. I don't have a problem with it.
No,
I think it looks better than the Xbox One. The Xbox One looks like a mini fridge to me.
Yeah. Well, it's a mini ATX tower is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, that's really what it is. I mean, and for most cases, that's not bad, but because it has to stand straight up, I mean, to get your best cooling out of it, obviously, it for most people with shelves, it's not going to fit unless you got tall shelves. I mean, it's not huge tall, but
that's what I'm worried about. Is I have these cabinets back here. I don't know if you can see a little bit the blue light seeping out, but I have a console in each one of these cabinets, and I'm not quite sure, or cubbies, I guess you could say, but I'm not quite sure if like that PS5 is going to fit in there.
I think it. If not, like I said, the one thing because I've never put my PlayStation on its side for just fear that I might accidentally knock it over. So I've always just laid it down,
like horizontally. You're saying, like not vertically. You mean horizontal? Yeah.
Yeah. So I'd always, and then I was wondering, like, oh my God, does this one? And then Al sent me a picture of it, and yeah, it can lay horizontally also. So I was like, okay, good.
Yeah.
Because that was all I would do is just I'd see it sitting up like that and just be like, one drunken night I'll accidentally lose my footing and have to grab the shelf and I'll shake it and down it goes. I mean, I just with my luck that's what would happen. So, the fact that it can lay down horizontally where it's a lot more stable puts my heart at ease. Yeah. The one question that me and Al were coming up with. Oh, and by the way, I was told in my chat the game I was talking about was Village.
Resident Evil 8.
Resident Evil 8. But when they originally put the name out, it said Village, and I'm like,
well, yeah, V. It looks like a V and 3 eyes because the ILL. Yeah.
Right, and so then they all of a sudden did the VIII, and I'm like, oh, nice move, because I thought it was a completely different game at first, but I'm like, wow, that really looks like REA.
Yep.
RE8, I mean, and I was like, oh, it's not, and then all of a sudden I see, the whole name finally fill out. I'm like, oh, slick, but it looks really good. The one.
Let's go to the chat here real quick, Harmack. I need to catch up in the chat because we have a lot of things come in. We have Rick2276 who defected from Harmack 1 and came over here asking if Harmack can read. I guess he can. Del Griffith Bichardo 69. Rick, fuck the fuck off. That woman in the dress was thick as hell. Step on me. I'm not quite sure. I must have missed that part of the chat. Let's see here. Let's go down here. TP Poker says, the PS5 looks amazing. I want to pre-order too. Del Griffith says, it looks like a Linksys router. And then...
It looks like Linksys, man. That's worth it. They're great routers.
The Shadowcaster, or the Lurker, formerly known as Psycho Chips, said, most definitely the PS4 sounds like an airplane when under stress. And TP Poker says the brand new PS5 looks like a futuristic porn projector. He's not wrong.
When you really think about it, yeah, it's kind of if it's vertical, when it opens up like that, it's kind of like a woman doing her. Yeah. Then just leave it to TP Poker to come up with that. I wasn't thinking of that until now, and now my mind is in the gutter. You have ruined it for me. Thank you.
TP Poker knows how to. knows the descriptives. So you said Village or Resident Evil 8 stood out to you.
It really looked good. I really liked the way that looked.
Any other games stand out to you during this thing?
The one that it looked like a mix of that one PS1 game that me and you did one time on Game and Chat, that one with the clown guy, what the hell is the name of that game?
Oh, I know you're talking about Twisted Metal.
Yeah, but it looked like a Twisted Metal mixed with Rocket League kind of thing.
Yeah, the vibe I got from that one was Destruction Derby. Do you remember Destruction Derby?
Yeah.
That's the vibe I got from that one was it looks like Destruction Derby, but mixed with Rocket League for whatever reason.
Yeah, it looked cool. At least I thought it did.
Yeah. For me, what kind of stood out to me was game-wise, I liked Horizon Zero Dawn 2, which was shown. It was like the last game shown. Then there was Resident Evil 8, or Village, like you said. Project Altina, I think, or something like that was what it was called.
Is that one?
It was a Square Enix game.
Yeah.
Running on the Final Fantasy 15 engine.
Oh, the other one that did kind of stand out to me, though I do suck at these games, but I really like the way they've always looked, is the Dark Souls remake coming out.
Oh, yeah.
Looked really good, and I mean, obviously I'll probably get it, and if I do stream it, that'll probably be the first game I'll never be able to complete. I have never in my life been good at those games, but I just love the way they look. They are so nice looking.
Right.
So we'll give it a try, but I'm going to put a disclaimer on that one that I'm not going to be quitting out of rage. I'll just be quitting because I'm getting sick and tired of seeing the same thing, and I'm sure other people are too.
I guess you, yeah. So I like that one. I thought Gran Turismo 7 looked amazing. I'm not really into those serious racing, like simulation games, but just watching it was amazing. I thought the Spider-Man, which is actually a DLC or like it's not a sequel.
I was about to say, didn't they just bring one out like a year or two ago?
Yeah, they're moving it to PS5, and they're gonna have a DLC come out for it, which is the Miles Morales thing that you just saw there.
Right.
And then there was Kena Bridge of Spirits, which looked like a Zelda clone, but it looked like a good one.
Yeah.
So this
Isn't that
actually,
the Ghost one from Tokyo looked good too. That one where she was like ripping the hearts out of ghosts
Yeah.
and shit. And the Crash Bandicoot one actually looked pretty cool too.
talking about Ratchet and Clank. There was no Crash Bandicoot one there. Ratchet and Clank you're talking about? Yeah.
My bad. Yeah.
Yeah, I like the Ratchet. The Ratchet and Clank looked awesome, and it really shows what the how the hard drive is going to take advantage of the quick loading, because he was like going in and out of worlds like very fast, which I thought was amazing.
Oh yeah, and I really like the fact that almost every game showed off the ray tracing and shit, which really made them look good.
Yeah.
Why Sony did not stream it in like 4K 60 or 1080 60 is beyond me. When I was watching on their channel,
They streamed it in 4K on YouTube.
I was watching on YouTube. The highest it went was 1080 30, which was
Are
weird
you sure
to me.
about that? I thought they were streaming in 4K.
Found out later that the only one that was streaming in 4K was Blogspot.
What?
Yeah.
That's weird. Now, here's that Project Altina game that was.
This looked pretty cool. I mean, look at it. It's just a beautiful looking game.
Yeah, and it's running on the Final Fantasy 15 engine that they last used a few years back. But yeah, there's so many good games coming out. Like I just can't wait.
I mean, I really like the fact that Sony's coming out with a lot of these versatile games. I don't know what Xbox got coming out for it, but I heard a lot of people say that if there isn't a new Halo, that's going to suck for Xbox.
There is a new Halo that's coming.
Oh, is there?
Yes.
Okay, I was wondering.
It's going to be a launch game, I believe. They haven't honestly showed a lot other than just.
But that's like been their only go-to thing is Halo.
No, they've got some other stuff in the works. To be fair, there's some other stuff.
I don't know. Look, I'm not trying to be like a fanboy or anything. It's just. I don't know. It just seems like Sony just always has had more variety. That's just me, though. I mean,
what shocked me is that Sony showed 2 platform games on the PS5. There's that Sackboy game that looked kind of like Mario 64 a little bit, or a Mario game, and then there was that the Astrobot one, which is a VR game, but they have like a non-VR version of it, which.
Yeah, I saw that.
Astrobot VR, if you have a PlayStation VR and you've not played Astrobot VR, it is probably the best thing in VR I've ever seen. You really need to check that out.
The one thing that kind of shocked me when they revealed the system was they didn't show a VR headset or anything.
I said the same thing. They were showing all these peripherals. They showed the new headset, they showed a media remote, and they showed a new camera. But nowhere in the video was a PS5 VR. Which I heard it was supposed to have all the functions built into the system.
Yeah.
But are they going to use the other headset? That's because I thought they were coming out with a wireless headset or something was in the works. But
yeah, I have no idea. They left a lot of questions. The one question that really bugged me is they did not give a price.
That's a cat and mouse game with Xbox right there.
That's what I thought. It's more or less just. One of them's going to flinch first, and one's going to try and undercut the other. Now, I think the one thing that I heard someone say is, as soon as Sony revealed also a digital-only edition, the basically CEO of GameStop just crapped his pants. So
they are saying that this is probably going to be the last.
It's slowly been going that way. I mean, it's inevitable. It's just like with any type of media in our lives. We've gone from when I was a kid, from 8-track to cassette tape, from cassette tape to mini CD, the mini disc, then mini disc to CD, now CD to DVD, DVD to Blu-ray, now Blu-ray to digital. I mean, it goes that way all the time. Granted, it takes getting used to, and there's a lot of things that they need to work on, I think, before they go completely digital. But, eventually it's going to end up there. I mean, it's inevitable because companies are going to save a lot of money not making the physical discs. It's just the way it's going to be, you know.
I think that
at the end of the day,
the way I see the pricing for the PS5, this is a prediction. I haven't heard anything. I haven't read anything. I think $599. And I'm being generous here. I think $599 for the base model with the drive in it, and I think $499 maybe for the one without.
yeah.
Or $550 somewhere in there. They can't go too much higher than that because
I think it'll be, yeah, I'm thinking it'll be either, yeah, like you said, digital probably be $450 to $499. I'm expecting probably the digital be 50 or $100 cheaper, just because it doesn't have the drive. When me and Al were talking last night, like which one would I pick? Now, me personally, I do have discs, but most of them were for the PS3 back. If by chance that you can play your PS3 2 or 1 discs on this thing, I'll probably get the disc version.
there was zero talk about backwards compatibility,
and that's
sadly.
what scares me.
Yes.
So if I find out that no, it'll only do PS4 discs, then no, it's not. Then it's not worth it to me because then that drive is barely going to be used.
Speaking of which, real quick, because we were talking about price. Sorry, I didn't mean to cut you off. I just want to get this going real quick, and then you can resume your thought. We do have our first poll, which we're going to put out here, and this is a brand new poll interface. All you have to do is it's a brand new poll interface, and I have to read up how you do it. I think you just type it should say on screen here. We're going to go ahead and start the poll, and here it is. It's right there. What price do you think the PS5 will be? You just type the corresponding number to vote in the chat there. So
if anyone says 600 or 700, you're stupid. They'll never sell it for that much.
Go ahead
I don't think.
I got some poll music here. Get your votes in now. I'm gonna try this here because I said $599, right? So I'm gonna do 2. There we go. You just type the number, and the poll should catch up.
Yeah, so go for it. All right, I've got. Okay, put these in. Here. Oh, you got some over there. Never mind. I thought they were putting it in my chat. A lot of people. You got to put it. You got to put it on the Slash Streams chat. I should have said that actually. Yeah, put it on the Slash Streams, not mine. Or
what price do you think the PS5 will be?
What price? Everybody, punch in your code.
Push the colored buttons now.
Grab your keyboards.
So far, everybody's in agreement here. It looks like everybody's going for the $599. I haven't seen anybody go outside. And this is for the. What I mean is for the actual system with the drive, by the way.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. I think if we said without the drive, I would imagine people would be in the 4 to 400. The next poll you should put up is which one would you get?
That's a good idea. I will do that next. Yeah, we're gonna give this another minute to finish here.
All right, one more minute.
Get your poll answers in now. You just type the corresponding numbers.
Put in your poll.
Did you vote, Harmack? Did you vote yours?
I'm not on your channel.
Well, just tell me which one you're gonna pick. Like honestly, don't just go with everybody else.
No. Honestly, with the disc version, I would expect somewhere in the 500s, definitely.
So $599, you're saying, or $699?
No, $599.
$599. All right.
Yeah. There's no way with all the tech that's in there.
Oh, it doesn't count me twice, by the way. It doesn't count me twice.
Okay, well, just assume I put it in there, so I'm with everyone else anyway.
Okay.
But yeah, I mean, with all the, I mean, I can't. If people get mad that it's like $550 for the, or even $599 for it, you got to think of the tech that's in it. I mean, Jesus. I mean, that's more powerful than my PC that I'm streaming on now. I mean, and that cost me almost $1,000 to build a couple years ago, and this got better parts in it by far. I mean, these are all Ryzen parts, man. And Ryzen's no joke.
All right.
So,
the poll is over. Poll has ended, and we've all fit 100% of people here in the chat tonight. All think it's going to be $599. So,
I have to agree. I definitely have to agree. But the next one would be, what type are you going to get? The disc version or the digital edition version?
All right, so disc version.
Now we'll throw this out there. Right.
Or not buying it. not buying it.
Or not buying it. There you go. For the people that are, for obviously people listening, go under the assumption that they said it'll only play PS4 discs and PS5. It will not play PS3, 2, or 1.
That's a good idea because we've already know they've come out and said that it is going to do most, if not all, the PS4.
Exactly.
So let's just assume. Good idea. All right, so you guys ready? We're going to start our next poll here just to see what you guys think because I like the input.
Yeah,
so the poll,
I definitely do too. I'd like to know what everyone thinks about that, seriously.
So we're going to do 3 minutes on this one too here, guys.
Yeah, definitely.
There should be a poll on screen now, right? Yep, here we go. Which PS5 model will you get? The disc version, the all-digital version, or you're just flat out not buying it?
Yeah, so go ahead. Polls are open.
And all you have to do is type the corresponding number in the chat.
Man, I might be the only odd man out here.
You got to get in there and vote, Harmack. You gotta navigate over, get your vote in. Otherwise, it's not going to be an accurate poll, Harmack.
Oh, for crying out loud!
It's easy. All you got to do is just come right on in. You go to the chat. You type 1, 2, or 3. Where's your vote, Del Griffith? I don't see Del Griffith's vote yet. Got a lot of votes coming in though.
Just a second, I'm coming in now.
TP Poker says $5.99, the same as Nia Jax's weight. Where's Rick 2276? There he is. Oh shit! Harmack making the dent here.
Damn right.
There we go.
That's now the caveat to that is only if it will not play the earlier discs from the console's generations. PS4, I mean, I've only owned like literally 4 or 5 PS4 discs. So to literally pay 60 to 70 bucks for a system just for those 4, it's not worth it to me. You know, but I mean, like I said, if they do say that it's backwards compatible all the way to 1 with disc, then I'll definitely be getting the disc one. I'll pay the extra for it. I even said if they said it's backwards compatible all the way and you can get like, you know, any of your digital downloads from the PS3 era to play on it, I'll pay $6.99 for that.
I probably would too, to be quite honest with you. I probably would too.
And you know what? And if they did that, that would smack Xbox right in the face.
Well, Xbox is still going to have backwards compatibility, but you won't be able to play every single original Xbox game.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. So, I mean, that would be so, but who knows? I mean, but yep, I was the only one that went with.
Yeah, this version is 1. Only 1 vote for all digital. See, you know, I can be in the minority on this when it comes to maybe the mass amount of people, but I like having physical media.
I agree. I do too, but in the long run, at the end of the day, the thing that can suck about discs, they can get scratched, they can fuck up, you know.
Well, take care of them. Put them on your shelf. Put them away when they're done. Don't give them to kids or something like that. You know,
obviously I'm not, but sometimes the drive itself can screw up a disc. So
yeah, I mean, I put them on my shelf and I never look at them again. You know what I do is I open them up, I put the receipt of the purchase in the box with the game.
Sniffs it. You sniff it.
I don't sniff it.
You do too.
I do. I love the smell of new discs. Yes.
I love the smell of new media in the moment.
I put my receipt in with the box, so anytime I go back through that game, I know exactly when I bought it and what store I bought it from, because maybe by the next time I go look at it, there may not be a GameStop anymore. There may not be a Best Buy next time. I can go back and it's a nostalgia hit to the brain. It's like, oh man, I remember Circuit City where Del Griffith apparently still shops.
I just have a feeling with them bringing out a digital only version, it's just a sign of things that are going to come. I don't know about next generation, but I would almost bet the generation after the next will probably be digital only.
I see a huge push. Like, I think Microsoft kicked this off with the Game Pass, but I see a big push from Sony for PlayStation Now.
And I have to admit, I love PlayStation now.
I see a big push for that, and I think you're going to see a lot of games either. I think maybe by the time this gen is over, I think you're going to.
Your games.
I think you're going to see like games coming out on PS Now, and then you just go in and you play them.
Yeah.
You don't put a disc, you don't do the installs, but just think about what you lose if something like that happens. Like I know this is a terrible example, but I like it. So, WWE 2K20 was an absolute train wreck.
Oh man.
No doubt it was a train wreck. But I like games that are known for being train wrecks. Like NBA Elite on the PS3, it got recalled because it was so bad. And it was that one where that guy would just stand out in the middle of the court and do this. T-pose, remember that? Everybody's got to remember that, right?
Yeah.
So, if you want to buy that game right now because it was recalled, if you want to buy it, you're going to spend like $70,000. And there's no digital copy on the store because it was purged. PlayStation purged it from their store because of EA.
Right.
So if I want to buy 2K20, which is an absolute train wreck, it's already patched now. The store version is patched and the game actually plays and functions.
Right.
I'd rather go buy the disc and play the shitty unpatched version to see all the divas flying around in the air, everybody flying through the middle of the ring. Like I want that laugh.
Is he?
If I want to play a shitty wrestling game, I'll play a legit shitty wrestling game. I'll pop in an LJN game or something from the Super Nintendo era, and I'll play that. Or I'll play 2K13 or something. You know, I'll play something that is legit bad for legit bad reasons, not because of stupidity like floating divas flying to the moon in the game, you know.
No, I see what you're saying. I'm just saying, though, is that as much as we would like, and you yourself would like physical media to stay around, I just think it's on the outs, man. I mean, just more and more shit's going digital, and CDs are starting to go to the wayside, man. It's just the way it's going.
I agree. I know it's going to go that way, but for now, I'm going to do my best just to collect.
Hey, I don't blame you.
If I
honestly don't blame you. And if they offer, that's why I'm saying, for someone like you, who has like a shit ton of games that are physical copy, getting the actual drive system is well worth your money. I mean, by any means. But for me, if I've got a PS4 already, and I get a PS5, and it's only backwards compatible to PS4 for discs, I can just use my PS4. You know, I mean.
Well, that's the thing too. Like, and that does matter to me as well. Like, if I can put in my PS1 or PS2 or PS3 discs, that's a huge. Well,
that's a huge selling point for me.
They will sell a ton of disc-based models if the backwards compatibility is there.
Yes, exactly.
They'll sell a ton if they do that. If they don't,
but it's people like me to do it. I mean,
if they don't, all digital is gonna win, because people are gonna go like, well, if I can't access my old games on disc, I bought a lot of PS4 digital games. I have a lot of PS Plus games. I have PS Now, whatever the case may be. I'm just gonna buy the all digital one. It just makes sense.
Well, yeah. Why would you pay more for a drive you're barely, if ever, going to use?
I got to get to the chat here real quick before we move on. Sorry, I didn't mean to. Were you saying something? I didn't mean to cut you off.
I was just going to say, though, is just the thinking of it's going to be, if all it will do is PS4 games, physical copy-wise, what is the point? Unless you don't own a PS4 or your other one died, you know, and you don't feel like getting another one, you just want to have one console, which is fine. But let's say you don't. You got a perfectly good working one like I do. The drive on this one has barely ever been used either until recently. If you get that, why would you have two drives that can do the same damn thing? You know, it's just stupid. That's like having DVD players in your computer nowadays.
But
Who does that?
I like going over to my shelf. I like pulling down a game, saying, I want to play Horizon Zero Dawn. I pop it in my PS4. Outside of the many patches or whatever that they have out, I don't got to wait for the thing to download. It installs literally in seconds, usually, and I play the game. I like that. And I like looking at it on my shelf.
I do. I definitely agree with you. And I'm saying, if I had a bunch of PS4 physical media, you know, I might get the physical, but like I said, what is the point of getting, you know, unless you just don't have the room or something, what is the point of getting a physical copy version of the PlayStation 5 if you've got a perfectly running PS4 that can play the PS4 games and then just do digital shit for PS5. Or else you've just got two drives that could do the same thing, but one can play PS5 games.
I see the point. I see the point, but it's a personal thing. It's a personal thing.
I get you, but to me personally, it's a waste of money because, like I said, for people like me especially, what's the point of getting one when all it will do is be backwards compatible with physical media for PS4?
Let me quickly throw this one your way before I go to the chat. What if the PS5 plays PS4 discs? Are you going to even keep your PS4?
Yeah. Oh, definitely.
You would still keep it? Because you just got done saying you have two drives that essentially do the same thing. So you would still keep your PS4?
Well, like I said, because most of the games that I have are for PS3 or back, because digital didn't come around until PS3. So I've got a lot of PS3 physical and.
I'm not talking PS3. I'm talking PS4. I'm saying, like, if the PS5 plays PS4 discs, are you going to keep your PS4?
Yeah, I'll keep the PS4 and then just go the digital version with the PS5. And then if I feel like playing an old school PS4 game that I got the disc for, I can use my PS4 for that.
Okay, that's fair.
Like I said, though, but if it were all the way back to 1, I'd definitely get the disc one because obviously the 4 can't do that.
TP Poker says, I'm going to read the chat here real quick before we move on. TP Poker says, it's worth it to have physical when Target has buy 2, get 1 free sales, or GameStop. GameStop does stuff like that all the time.
Oh, that is true.
Poker says, I hate changing the discs, so tedious. It doesn't bother me. Like, I just get up and change the disc. I've been changing discs all my life. I change cartridges even now. It doesn't bother me that much. Phil says that life is better without GameStop, and TP Poker says that they suck because he used to work there, and it was the worst company he's ever worked for. I heard working for them does suck. I have heard that.
Yeah, I hear they're pretty ruthless there, or they can be.
Getting another drink here.
Just like literally anything. The rumors I've heard is like anything to make a buck. Like instead of just leaving the customer alone to shop, they're like told to literally be on your ass, asking you, what do you want? What can I get you? Can I interest you in this? Can I interest you in that? And then when they get the thing that they want you to tack on a whole bunch of shit on top of it, which really, to a lot of people, throws them off, and they don't want to come back, because it's like, I don't want to be pressured into buying this shit. I just came in for a freaking game, I don't want to freaking,
They don't do that anymore. Last 3 times I've been to GameStop, they never have upsold me anything. No. They're like, do you want the warranty on the disc? I go, no. They're like, okay, it total is 64 or whatever. Right.
No, this was back a while back. They've toned that down because people were bitching that, their complaints were, I'm not going back because I feel like I'm literally being harassed when I'm trying to buy something.
They used to, yes. Yeah.
They would literally try to hammer Game Informer down your throat. They would try to get you to pre-order something that you didn't want. I mean, they would just try. It just felt horrible. So I don't know, just going there. It was just like, you're going to be walking up to that desk and you're already preparing yourself for the million. Would you like this? Would you like that? I mean, and that's just not a fun shopping experience.
If anything, more recently, they've talked to me about the game that I'm purchasing. They're like, oh, have you tried this game that's like it? And I'm like, no, but I'll end up talking to them for a while. GameStop has really done nothing to wrong me other than just my stuff that's my own fault. Like, if I take a game up there that is old and they're like, oh, we can give you $2 for it, they got to make money. They are ripping people off. It is a rip off to trade your games. Never trade your games to GameStop. I think we've all learned that by now. Don't trade your shit.
Don't ever trade your shit.
Don't trade your shit.
I'm gonna sell it on eBay or
sell
something.
Sell it on eBay, yeah, exactly. So I think we've all learned that. But as long as I don't trade my shit, then my experience up there has generally been good. I like the stuff that they sell. Like, I bought a PS Lite back there. It's like an actual light that lights up with the controller letters.
Yeah, I like that thing too.
I bought that for like $14 there, and I turn that on almost every night. Like, I love that thing. I got a Claptrap figurine that I bought from there. some light up. There's another light up thing I have up there too. But like, I like the stuff that they got from Think Geek when they bought them out. But like, I wouldn't, like I said, I would never go up there to trade a system or trade any games. That's stupid.
No, because they'll buy it. What they'll do is they'll buy it from you for like $2 and then sell it for 15 or 16 bucks.
Again, they got to make money, especially now. It's very hard times for them.
I get it. Well, they could have gotten involved in other shit too, but they didn't do it, and unfortunately, now it's they kind of went the way of Blockbuster. You know, they could have bought freaking Netflix at one point and said no. You know, but in hindsight,
they'll be gone by this end of this console generation. I'm quite certain of it, which sucks, but
it really does. I mean, it does, because I mean, there's really not any other game. I mean, Electronics Boutique is gone.
Best Buy is still there, yeah.
But Best Buy, didn't they like stop selling certain CDs or something? Or they stopped selling something.
Best Buy stopped selling audio CDs, if I'm not mistaken, but they still sell games. I was there today buying games. I bought 3 games today from them.
Right, yeah, because you said they had really good deals going on.
Yeah.
Awesome.
By the way, I'll throw this out there real quick. If you're looking for anything Sony has released in the past 4 or 5 years for the PS4, like Last of Us, Bloodborne, Horizon Zero Dawn, Neo, there's a bunch of games. Best Buy's got them all for like $9 right now. Go buy them. And Horizon Zero Dawn has the complete edition that has the Frozen Wilds DLC, which currently is the same price for the DLC on the PlayStation Store than the whole damn game up at Best Buy right now.
Yeah,
so
no, that's a steal, and that's why I'm saying, like, so when it comes to physical media, right now it's a good deal. But I'm just saying, though, I think Best Buy kind of shot them, or Best Buy, no, GameStop kind of shot themselves in the foot a bit. They tried to recover. They didn't. Hell, the GameStop that I always went to, right by my house, just this past year they closed down. They're gone.
Yep.
So now the next closest one is like 10 miles away here.
They did close like 200 of them recently, if I recall. Yeah.
This one was actually doing quite well. It actually had like, if you look on their site, you know how like some of them like have like the award status or whatever. This one did. It had an award status. People loved it, and they still closed it down. I think that was a mistake on their part, but maybe the sales just weren't good enough. But when it came to like, customer satisfaction, everyone was like just loving them.
I'm going to breeze through these comments here real quick. TP Poker says, I love the Divas. That was to the Flying Divas comment in 2K20.
Well, we knew he would.
The lurker formerly known as Psycho Chips, a.k.a. the Shadowcaster, said, it's more than a game, too. It's something about the physical media. Yes, that is exactly that's exactly what I look at it. I like looking over at my shelf, looking at all these blue PS4 boxes and going like, yeah, that's the fruits of my labor right there. And, looking at, here's my Xbox 360 collection. Here's all my NES games. Here's my boxed N64 games that I still like, By the way, Del Griffith, you're going to give me that boxed N64 in some time in our lifetime. You're going to give me that boxed N64. I want that damn N64.
Is it still in the cellophane? Don't break the cellophane.
He's got the date when he bought it too on there. He was showing it.
God.
Yeah. TP Poker says it's a terrible company, GameStop. I was a regional VP and I was worked to the bone. Shadowcaster, do you think Reggie Fils-Aimé, who recently got on the board, will turn things around? TP Poker says no. He says the pay was good. I made a lot of money. Perks were good. Whatever game I wanted. I emailed the dev and they overnighted me a copy to my office. Shadowcaster also said my friends were talking about the possibility of Amazon taking up GameStop if they want to hit the game market too. Depends on how Crucible does. Try to be a part of the esports craze. They're building an esports stadium in Philadelphia. I don't know if they'll take brick and mortar on. Why would they do that? Like, right? Like, what they do now. Yes, TP Poker, it's coming up here. Last thought on this. I think for right now, what Amazon is doing is like they're putting themselves like in Kohl's stores. Like they have return. You can do returns for Amazon than like a Kohl's store. they're not buying Kohl's. They're not selling shit in Kohl's. They just have like a little kiosk there you can take your returns to. So I don't think that they are going to sell their goods or games in GameStop or whatever, but I think that I could see maybe, I don't know. I don't know. I just can't see them taking the brick and mortar.
No, I can see GameStop if they're smart. Maybe going more or less to like for shit that you bought, like game memorabilia or or like the cool, like I said, like the cool things that you were able to get from them that were not games. That could be their bread and butter eventually. Because I mean, obviously, you could probably find that shit on Amazon, but how often would you think of it? You almost need to see it to go, oh, I want that, So that would probably work to their advantage.
And then Shadowcaster, sorry, go ahead.
No, it just all depends on if they're smart enough to do it, Just quit thinking of the almighty dollar and think of your business first, damn.
And then Shadowcaster said that it could be something with LAN parties or training hubs. I could see the LAN party, like, I could see that whole thing working out, maybe, if it wasn't for COVID. Like, I don't think they're going to be able to put a bunch of people in a building again with all these codes like that, like that many people.
No, they need to hold out for a while if they can.
I just don't think that could happen. I think it's a good idea that you bring up there, and I would like it. Or maybe even like board games or like D&D or something. Do something like that and sell the stuff there. Like, you go there, you buy the stuff. Like, not only have it be like a board game store or a LAN, party store, but sell some of the other games, sell some of the games there, and then offer these as additional things. Shit, put arcades in there.
Yeah, that would be cool.
Sell the arcade one-ups that they're making, put them all in the store, and just, man, I keep burping here. Put arcades in there. And then just have people come in there and play one-up arcades. Have them pay like $5 in the door, and unlimited usage of any of the arcade one-up machines.
Yeah, that would be kind of cool. Like I said, they're going to end up becoming like a retro novelty, not a retro store per se, like old Atari games, shit like that. But I'm talking more or less like I guess what it would be is like a Gadzooks arcade kind of thing.
Gadzooks arcade.
Well, yeah, remember, Gadzooks had like a whole bunch of novelty.
Never had that here. We had a couple, like, it was always at the skating rink. We had arcades, and then we had them in the mall.
Oh no, I'm saying
Aladdin's Palace, I think is what it was called, or something.
Oh yeah, that we had that around here too. Yeah, we had those in the mall. No, I'm talking. I was saying the store in the mall, Gadzooks, that would always sell like gag gifts and shit. But I'm just saying, like, that kind of thing with the novelty for game stuff that you wouldn't normally think of buying, but just kind of like, oh, that's cool, I want that, kind of thing.
Yeah, exactly.
And an arcade, I think that could be something, because you can't find anything like that. I mean, that could be their thing, but it's all going to come down to, are their management smart enough to take a chance? I mean, what the hell? I mean, it's that old saying, if you've got nothing, you got nothing to lose, so give it a shot, know.
CP Poker says the only way GameStop will survive is if they can be ultra competitive with pricing on new titles. If not, they are history. I agree. They need to undercut Amazon. The Shadowcaster says my local card shop is okay, but it could use some more funding and amenities.
Same with mine.
TP Poker says, or turn GameStops into a peep show. I mean, they've got plenty of that. You could turn into a gaming peep show, like a cosplay thing.
Yeah, there you go. First you play Mortal Kombat with Sonya.
Yeah.
And then you go to the peep show and look at Sonya.
Yeah. You rip off her clothes.
Dude, I'd be there. What up?
You could literally get an in-person nudality. Just saying. Just saying.
A nudality.
Well, that would work, right? I mean, why wouldn't that work?
You'd have the guy in the voice after her boobs finally come out, just going, nudality. Then he'd be like, finish him. No, don't do that. That's illegal. Don't.
If you have any comments about how you would save GameStop, please tweet the show at /streams.
Hell yeah.
On Twitter, and we will read your comments next week on the show. I love these natural topics that come up because I had nothing in my notes to even bring up GameStop tonight. But this whole PS5 and the all-digital edition, which apparently a lot of people are talking about, has really sprung up this thought. Will there be a GameStop by PS6 or Xbox One Y or whatever they're going to call it?
Xbox Series X2 to the 7th power.
TP Poker says they'd yell finish him. Oh God. I'll drink to that. I'll drink to that one.
Oh, that's too good. That's too fucking funny.
We're gonna move on to the last part of the show here.
What do we got here?
He's been waiting for this all night. We've made him wait. I say let's get it on.
He's been sitting in the wings.
While he gets his weekly joke together here, I'm gonna give you a taste of what TP Poker has been giving us all week here, with his with his awesome TP Poker. You'd swear that guy is a comedian, but
definitely.
But he's not. But you think he is. You think he's like a Nia Jax specialist comedian. Like he's just a comedian that tells jokes that are all based on Nia Jax.
Oh, yeah.
And that's it. So what I'd like to do, and I worked hard on this TP Poker. I worked very hard on this. We are going to go into the Nia Jax joke of the week here. I'm going to play you some of his other jokes from this week. So let me get that out of the way first, but I will show you the bumper for TP Poker's Nia Jax joke of the week. You ready, Harmack?
Go for it.
Lots of work got put into this. Here we go.
Yeah.
And there you go. You got the Nia Jax joke of the week. God, I hope I don't get DMCA'd for that song. I had to cut it real quick. Did it go out? I hope it went out properly, right? Because I couldn't hear it in my headphones.
I had none.
He said, wow, I'm blown away. I love it. There you go. The Nia Jax joke of the week. Now, let me give you a taste of what he's already done here. These are 2 jokes that he did on Harmack's show. I'm going to transition back to this other scene here. Just 1 second here. And here's the first one here. This is TP Poker's one of his big zingers of the week.
Nia Jax thought hashtag BLM was bacon, lettuce, mayo.
Hey, I don't like starting trouble,
That's long.
finish it if I have to.
Nia Jax thought hashtag BLM meant bacon, lettuce, tomato.
That's just too funny.
There's one more, Harmack, that he said.
Yeah.
That you even lost it on.
Yep.
I'm pulling it up here right now. That was my personal favorite of the week, was that one. So here is the full screen here. Sorry, it takes me a little bit of time to get used to this here. All right, here's the second one here. And got to turn the volume off mute. And here we go. Come on, start menu.
TP Poker. Welcome to Harmack 1. What's the difference between Nia Jax and half a ton of cement? Cement is odorless.
By the way, I love that he sets up the punchline, and then Harmack has to go back and replay it.
Man, I gotta read that again. I couldn't quite hear you over my killing.
LOL.
What's the difference between Nia Jax and half a ton of cement? Cement is odorless. All right, I have to admit you got me on that.
Harmack lost it there. There you go.
That was the one I was thinking of.
The BLM one was my personal favorite. The bacon lettuce mayo one was I was drinking something and I read it and I spit whatever I was drinking. I'm like
I heard the BLM one, but it didn't really sink in of what he was talking about, and I'm like, oh, and I got it, but it was too late to laugh at it. But the one where I had to actually stop and freaking read it, I was just like,
Yeah.
that's just, I mean, because I try not to really get too laughy in my streams, and that son of a bitch got me on that one.
Sometimes you can't help it. I mean, honestly, sometimes it's just
too good.
Sometimes they're just too good. So go ahead, TP Poker, and put in your jokes. I'm gonna have to probably.
While he's doing that, I got one. We got the artist formerly known as Chips. Basically said
Chips, Psycho Chips.
I just call him Chips for short.
Chips? Is that what is that? Is it gonna be his new short name?
Yeah, it's Chips.
Chips. Okay.
Chippies.
Because you like your chips.
Just like I like them. I like my chips crunchy.
Chips.
He's got the name for the new Xbox coming out for the next generation after this. It is going to be the Xbox Series X squared. And I could honestly see them doing that.
Somehow I'm not surprised.
I mean, this name that they picked for, I don't know, I mean, obviously PlayStation 5. I mean, but they've been going with the number system since the beginning. Xbox has been all over the place. Xbox 360, Xbox One.
I just want you to get your Harmackopedia to become true, and when the Xbox 3 actually gets announced.
It would make things come full circle, wouldn't it?
Yep, it really would. We'd have to un-Harmackopedia that one, because then it would then exist. It would be a real thing. You'd be a fortune teller at that point.
In parentheses, miraculously, this prediction became true.
You'd be a fucking fortune teller at that point.
I would be. Yeah. Granted, I am telling the future, like 15, 20 years into the past, but
Okay, now we're going to do this the right way here. We're going to do text-to-speech on our Twitch TV/streams page. If you go to twitch.tv/streams live and scroll all the way down to the bottom in the panels, for 100 bits, you can get your own text-to-speech, but we're going to listen to TP Poker's first joke.
Joke 1. Nia needed to call an Uber. They have her 3 choices: Uber Pool, Uber X, and Uber Flatbed.
She said it really fast, but I'll play that again.
Slow it down.
Joke 1. Nia needed to call an Uber. They have her 3 choices: Uber Pool, Uber X, and Uber Flatbed.
I think it says it fast because it's a long one. All right, so here, I'm just going to shorten it down. Nia Jax needed to call an Uber. They gave her 3 choices.
3 choices: Uber Pool, Uber X, and Uber Flatbed.
Uber Pool, Uber X, or Uber Flatbed. I need to get the little rim shot thing in my soundboard here. That's what I really need, is the little rim shot. So he says he's got 3 inaugural jokes here.
Okay.
So, all right. TP Poker, we're ready for your second joke whenever you are. I thought he'd already had paced them by now, but he's... Okay, here we go. So, this is going to read it fast, but then I'll slow it down. Okay? Here we go. Wait a minute. Let's see. I think it was too much. Oh, never mind. I got it. Here's joke number 2.
Stock market rebounded nicely today, but Grubhub stock plummeted 60%. Nia lost her cell phone.
You mean to repeat that?
Yes.
Stock market rebounded nicely today, but Grubhub stock plummeted 60%. Nia lost her cell phone.
Stock market rebounded nicely today, but Grubhub stock plummeted 60%. Nia Jax lost her cell phone. That was joke 2.
Oh my god.
You just tuned in. This is the TP Poker presents the Nia Jax joke of the week. This week he has 3. At the end here, you're going to vote on what was your favorite joke. All right, TP Poker. Now we're ready for the third and hit the epic trilogy of this brand new segment. The Nia Jax joke of the week. I don't know if there's like a punchline to this or if this is the actual joke, but here we go. Here's the third joke number 3. Here it is.
Nia bikini slipped off at the beach today.
Let me replay that one more time.
Joss bikini slipped off at the beach today.
I don't know why it's saying Joss. Nia. Let's try this again.
Joss bikini slipped off at the beach today.
Okay, it's not the full joke. He forgot to post the other part of it. Here we go.
Nia bikini slipped off at the beach today. Arby's sued her for copyright infringement.
Arby's sued her for copyright infringement.
Oh my god.
I didn't know if that first part was the joke, like Nia Jax's bikini slipped off at the beach today. Like I thought that was funny in itself, but
That was too good. That was too damn good, man.
All right,
poker, damn you.
So you know how we have to solve this, right? Okay, here we go. Which of TP Poker's Nia Jax jokes were the best? Joke 1, joke 2, or joke 3? Vote now. Here we go. It should be live. Vote 1, 2, or 3. I like 3 personally. I thought 3 was good.
Yeah, I have to admit, 3 was damn good.
You just go in the chat and you pick the number that you like the best. Which of TP Poker's Nia Jax jokes were the best? There, we got some more coming in. So we'll let this go for... We'll give it one more minute. This one will be a 2-minute one. TP Poker needs to know your thoughts on which Nia Jax... 6 is not an option, Phil. It's 1, 2, or 3, sir.
He's special.
1, 2, or 3. 9 is also not... Neither 9 or 69 is not an option, Phil. 76.
Trombones?
The votes won't count if you don't vote the proper way.
Yeah.
You've got to pick. Alright, we got another vote for 3. What's your vote going to be, Evil? Evil's been rather quiet tonight. I'm going to give it one more minute so we can get any last straggler to come on in. Del Griffith's also been quiet. What's Del Griffith been up to? I wanted to talk about his birthday party.
Probably thinking about Nia Jax's bikini falling off.
He donated those bits and then he took off. Maybe he's scarred over the bikini comment. Alright, about 30 seconds here. Actually, no, we got less time than that. Probably about 12. Anyone else out there want to put in a vote? This is the only show where your polls matter like this, guys. And
It's all about you guys, man.
I think time is going to be up here. Oh, we got one. We got one in at the last second. Evil at the last second there. So with 83% are liking the Nia Jax bikini slipped off at the beach today. Arby's sued her for copyright infringement. That joke is the Nia Jax
Nice.
joke of the week. Congratulations.
Congratulations.
Congratulations, TP Poker. Wait, Del Griffith is here and he didn't vote. You didn't vote, Del Griffith. How do you not vote? You know, this show depends on everybody. And nobody voted in your channel, Harmack? Did anybody say any comments over on Harmack 1?
No, the only comments I got were from.
Was Flux offended by the joke?
No, no. Flux actually didn't say anything. Let's see. I was told that the Xbox Series X, obviously, they have no continuity. That's basically all he was saying for Xbox.
Who said that?
Chips.
Oh, Chips. Okay. Yeah, his new name is now just Chips.
Just Chips. It's easier
The
said.
lurker formerly known as Chips.
Yeah, that just takes too long to say.
Yeah. All right, guys. I think that's where we're gonna wrap things up here tonight for the state of the streams. We've gone 2 hours, which I think is pretty good.
Heck yeah.
If you have a topic, I had actually NXT that I wanted to cover too here real quick.
Oh, okay.
Did you watch NXT? Because I thought TP Poker would probably be asking our thoughts. Did you watch NXT Takeover in your house?
I did, yeah.
What'd you think? Just some quick thoughts.
Actually, I thought it was not bad. I really liked the for any old school Raw watchers like myself. I really liked the Lord Alfred Hayes, promotional consideration paid for.
Yeah, I like the retro commercials too. That
was awesome. I mean, had it not have been the fact that he passed away, having someone do the Slim Jim thing would have been hilarious. But obviously, I can see why they didn't do that.
I like how they did the ice cream bars. They had the whole ice cream bar thing.
Oh, the ice cream bars were amazing, and each one ate it differently.
Yeah,
it was awesome.
I thought that was really.
I liked
good.
the fact that Todd Pettengill got all flustered when there was no 900 number.
Or no, he was talking about how people could interact online. He's like, yeah, you can use AOL, and they had DX back there trying to turn the computer on. Yes. And he's like, oh, these old farts don't know how to dial up to their AOL.
They're like yelling at the computer, slapping the side of the screen.
That I laughed out loud at that part. I thought that part was hysterical.
I was like, man, Road Dogg almost freaking knocked the freaking shelf over.
Yeah, Road Dogg bumped into that shelf and knocked that sign over. I was like, oh, that's classic. That is perfect.
Yep. I mean, it was that. All in all, it was good. I think my favorite match of the night, though, would have probably been. Well, there was two of them. Well, no, because I was kind of disappointed on the Ciampa one. That was just too quick.
Yeah.
Oh my God, I'm drawing a blank on his name, but Johnny Gargano and
Keith Lee.
Keith Lee, thank you.
Keith Lee.
All I could think of was bask in his glory. For some reason, that's all my head would think about.
Careful, we're gonna get DMCA.
It was really damn good. I really enjoyed that one.
Yeah, I agree. I like that one. I thought that was the best. I like Gargano coming they had that set where he's at his house. Yeah. And then he comes through the front door of the main set, and somehow they had the screen behind the door on the set, like, to match his house. Yeah. So, like, when you pulled the camera back, it looked like he actually was coming out of his actual front door. But it was just, it was smoke and mirrors with the set.
Yeah, no, I thought that was kind of neat. The one thing, though, that made me cringe, he put the key down his wrestling shorts, and all I could think of was, if he lands wrong, that's going to really fucking hurt.
Yeah,
that's all I could think of.
A key scraping your dong can't be comfortable. I wouldn't think.
I could only imagine the pain. Oh,
I'm sure he probably hung it off his cup or something. You know what I mean? Like,
he literally held it up like this and just dropped it.
I'm sure it didn't actually touch his penis. Just saying.
No, I mean, they've got an undergarment underneath it, but still, if that thing like turned sideways,
I think they have a pocket. I think those trunks have like a front pocket. I assume is what they.
It's a key right in front of your dong, dude.
Yeah, well.
If
that's a clip for anybody who wants to take that. It's a key in front of your dong.
Key in front of your dong. You land the wrong way, ding dong.
I also very much enjoyed the parking lot brawl for the Adam Cole match. I thought was great.
Man, when he landed on that freaking windshield, man, I felt that.
I don't care if that was staged with the blood.
That hurts nonetheless.
If you fall off an 8-foot drop onto a car windshield, that has to hurt. I don't care if he cracked it or if the blood was fake. I don't know if the blood was fake or not. I assume it was because it was a controlled environment. But man, that has to hurt. You're going through a glass windshield.
Yeah.
You know, doctored or not.
That and the Keith Lee match were probably my favorite ones of the night.
I thought the women's match was good. I'm glad that Io Shirai won.
Yeah, that was pretty cool. But
yeah,
I kind of like the way. I kind of like how, because of her figure 8 that she was in, she couldn't get out of it fast enough to knock the pin out. So she kind of screwed herself in that aspect.
Yeah, I enjoyed it.
I thought that was kind of neat.
I watched that this week, and then I watched Raw, and then I watched this week's NXT, and I fell asleep during AEW.
Oh.
Not on purpose. It wasn't a bad show. It's just, I don't know. I'm not into a lot of their wrestlers very much. I try, but I struggle with them. Like, I thought Jericho was funny on commentary, but
they'll get there eventually. This COVID thing has thrown everything off, though. I mean, it's just, I don't think any of them planned on this shit happening. I mean,
there's a lot of things that they do that I like. Like I like Britt Baker in the wheelchair.
Yeah.
I think that's pretty funny. I don't know, their women's division is whack, and they're I don't know. I don't like the Bucks too much. I know that doesn't. I know I shouldn't dislike them, but they annoy me. And so does I don't know. Jon Moxley hasn't done anything since he's been the champ. He's done nothing. Like what is he? What major feud has he been in? He's been in a couple of them, but what has he done? And you could say it's COVID's fault, sure. I mean, you know.
Well, it looked like they were starting up something. Remember, when he won the title, it wasn't but a week or two that the COVID shit started.
Yeah.
So I think they'd plan on something, but I think they're trying to save him for when the crowds can come back so they can get a good selling point. I mean,
they need crowds so bad. It's
even WWE does, and they're all trying their best, like getting the wrestlers and staff out there to cheer and shit. Mm-hmm. They're doing their best. I mean, so I'll give them credit, but it's just you could tell it just doesn't. It's kind of fallen flat for the simple fact that there's just these guys feed on the crowd, and obviously, if you're watching it, you feed on the crowd too. You feel like you're part of the crowd.
Yep.
And when there's no crowd there, it's like watching a movie with no soundtrack. You know, it's just like, well, this is boring. You know, I mean, you can tell they're trying, but you know.
Yep. All right, guys. Well, that's where we're gonna leave it here for this week's State of the Streams. I imagine coming back to this next week. This looks to be the new norm for now. Until something changes, or you know, I kind of like this, and I appreciate everyone.
Hell yeah.
Who donated your bits, who chatted with us all night, who participated in the polls, who was on both channels, mind you. We have people on both channels all night, which was amazing. I want to thank the Mr. Shadowcaster, a.k.a. the Lurker, formerly known as Chips.
Dr. 200.
We really appreciate that. And, of course, to our normal homies that we see every day, Evil1976, P Flux, even old bitch Del Griffith, even old Bitchard made an appearance.
Yeah. All right, well, you guys make sure you guys tune into our streams on Monday, man.
What's up for next week, Harmack? What's going on?
Days gone. I think I'm getting close to the end. I don't know. I mean, it looks like right now I'm at the point of the game where shit's hitting the fan, and it's all kind of coming to a climax, is what it looks like. So. I honestly haven't looked at any walkthrough or any Let's Play. I'm literally just doing this by the seat of my pants because I want to just see what it's like. So I have no idea if I'm anywhere near it or I'm halfway through it. If I had to venture to say, because it's been 14 episodes of this show now, I'm thinking more or less it's probably 3/4 of the way through by now. So... I don't know. I know that the game starts off, from what I can tell you right now for people that are tuned in here, I'll give you a little bit of a preview of what I'm going to say at the end is basically the game starts off ridiculously slow and boring, but it does eventually ramp up to where you're at now, where you're having a blast. It's like, okay, this is fun, you know, so.
I will be continuing Infamous. I am about halfway through on the hard mode at this point. I think we're at chapter 21 out of 40. So we'll keep that going, and then I will start the next game, which I'm still deciding on what that's going to be. I'm deciding on between the Link's Awakening remake on the Switch or Horizon Zero Dawn on the PS4. So I'm kind of... Horizon is a lot like Infamous to me, though, so I might switch up something different here. But we'll see. I guess we will see.
Time will tell. But you'll find out first right here on State of the Streams.
State of the Streams is the only place where you'll find out what we're going to play next and what we're doing.
That's right.
Shadowcaster says he's wrapping up Horizon right now.
Oh, wow.
I got at Best Buy today, actually. I already own Horizon Zero Dawn, but Best Buy today, they had the complete edition for $9.
Isn't that the one you want me to play too? That Ezio one? Okay.
No, that's Assassin's Creed.
Oh,
that's
Assassin's Creed.
Yeah, this is the different game. But I've always been wanting to pick up the Frozen Wilds DLC, but I'm like, I looked at it and it's $9, and I'm like, I could buy the complete edition with the disc for $9.99, the same price as the DLC. So I'm like, I guess I'll just own 2 copies. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shadowcatcher says he is streaming again Monday. Persona 5 is up next. Dude, give him a follow. Give the Shadowcaster a follow and catch him streaming Monday. He's leaving. Thanks for the great stream. Thank you for your bits and your time. Your time means more than anything.
Oh yeah.
That you give to us to watch this show. So thank you. Tune into him, and then tune into Scales on Monday too. Scales is playing some Tomb Raider.
Yeah, definitive edition, I believe.
Yeah, tune into Scales. Give Scales a follow. I'd say give UNC Phil a follow, but I don't think his Fortnite crew is very happy with him. So
he wouldn't give them any candy.
Yeah, he would not go to the hot dog picnic social last Saturday.
And on that note,
please follow if you have not. If you're on YouTube watching this in an archive, please hit subscribe, and we will catch you next week here on both Slash Streams and Harmack 1. See you Monday at 8:30.
Good night, guys.
Take care.